Hey everyone, this is my exclusive interview with Elise and Natasha. It wasn't just me, there were also LGBT Fans Deserve Better and Way Hotties, so make sure to check out their stuff as well. I was really excited about this interview because I can't really hide it, I'm a pretty big fan of Carmilla, and I met them once before at Klexicon at the red carpet, but I was so nervous that I couldn't really be comfortable enough to have a real conversation. So I just remembered my one question that I had for everyone at that red carpet, and I asked that, and hardly anything more. So yeah, it was really cool to just chill out and have an actual conversation with them. As you can tell, I'm pretty new to this, so the audio of me isn't that good. I put the mic in front of Elise and Natasha so that you can hear them really well, but then you don't really hear me asking the questions. That's because I didn't have my extra mic. Also, I want to say thank you so very much for sharing my last videos. It has led to a huge increase in views for me, and I'm really so thankful for that. I've gained a lot of subscribers. Thank you so much. It helps me make sense of these videos and to continue to make them. So please, if you like this video, share it again on Twitter, on Facebook, in Facebook groups, or on WhatsApp, whatever you do. Well, whatever you do, please don't crop my footage or not cite the sources, because as I'm just starting out, I really need all the traffic and yeah, all the credits that I can get, really. So if you like it, please share it for me with my links and everything, and yeah, enjoy this video.
Feel nervous because you just said, "Oh my God."
No, we were making jokes with each other that were foul.
Okay.
Could have waited.
Well, at least you don't have a banana like Dawn did. She came out with a banana.
Oh, I actually literally just said
about
that I was like, are these being taped? Because I'd really love taped. What year is it? Are these being recorded? I asked because I was like, I'd really like to eat a banana, but I won't do that on camera.
Yeah.
So
5 minutes because she has to eat. Okay.
I am very hungry.
And we have another interview. Okay.
I respect Dawn for just doing it though.
I love it.
No, she just put it on.
Oh.
No, she just moved around with it. Okay.
Well, we'll jump in then.
Right.
Yeah, so we're the LGBT Fans Deserve Better.
Oh,
Yes.
Thanks for signing all of our stuff.
Thank
we
you for
really
the new
appreciate
shirt.
it.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
excited.
the least we can do. So thank you.
So the first question is, can you remember growing up the first character you saw on screen or in a book or wherever that you first identified with?
The very first, I really loved Belle because she was the only bookish Disney princess.
That was Kat's answer. Kat had the same exact.
Is this the first LGBTQ character or just the
No,
first
just the
Character in
represented
general, yeah.
Just the idea of representation. So as a female
Yeah.
character, as a strong female character, or
Yeah.
LGBT, and we're finding there aren't a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now as
Yeah.
an adult who watches everything with a very serious feminist lens, I don't particularly agree with everything Disney puts out, but I remember really enjoying Belle as a little kid, and I think it's because, she loved the Beast even though he was a beast, and she loved someone not for their appearance,
Yeah.
and when no one else did, and then also she was very intelligent and then ridiculed in her town for being so intelligent, and was a little brunette. So I think that's why I now understand how important it is for everybody to be seen on camera, because when I think about the actors and the characters that I enjoyed growing up, they all looked like me. And so I really have to check that privilege because, actors I admired, for example, I started watching Audrey Hepburn films because as a kid people told me I looked like her. So I can't imagine what it's like to be in this world and never see yourself on screen and never have someone to aspire to be. That's messed up. And I do think it's changing slowly, but there's still so much work to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in the queer community, for sure, especially in the queer community.
Well, especially, yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think one of the first ones was Harriet the Spy. I really wanted to be a detective.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was
That's
part
such
of
a
the
Laura
detective
Hollstein answer.
club. We solved mysteries that our moms would set up for us. It was very cool. Very exclusive club. And I really liked Harriet the Spy. What else did I love? I loved watching Bend It Like Beckham. I was a little bit older at that point, but like I grew up playing soccer, and there's always been this dichotomy in me of like, you know, like I'm a little bit tomboy, a little bit femme, and so like seeing girls kick ass on the soccer field, I was like, yeah.
A film which was supposed to be gay but was not.
Yeah.
I heard that. The writer is gay, right?
No, she's not.
But she's queer.
Oh,
or someone
that
is?
was my answer. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Someone in a panel just asked us, or a meet and greet just asked us if we could reimagine any story as a lesbian or bi or somewhere under the queer umbrella story. What would that be? And I recently did think that Bend It Like Beckham. I was like,
Yeah.
we all know where that story could
It
go.
was never going to
Yeah.
get made because it was already a story about an Indian British one, which is already a very
Yeah.
So intersectionality is important.
Yeah. 2018, maybe we can do it.
So
I still play soccer.
now that you've seen the impact of representation on the LGBTQ community, does that affect the projects that you choose and specifically what you go after moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm interested in playing characters outside of the LGBTQ spectrum as well, but if I do play characters that aren't queer, I hope that they are telling some other important story. You know, I think there are so many important stories to tell, and I certainly feel like it's, I mean, from a selfish place, it's like I'm more interested in characters that have been through something, and I'm more interested in well-written female characters. But then from a selfless place, I do think it's important to put that out into the world.
I think for me, I definitely, you know, I look at it from the perspective of I want to contribute to that representation in forms where I'm not just the actor playing the queer character. I'd love to be in shows that maybe the character that I'm playing is straight, but there is another really well represented queer character. And I think especially non-binary people, trans people, queer people of color need to have their stories be told even more so right now. And so I can't do much about that as an actor myself, but I'm getting into directing and producing, and I think I can change things from that perspective where there's maybe not as much I can do as an actor, but I know the kind of queer representation that I want to put into the world, and so I can do that through a director's lens. And also, to be frank, I think there is a part of me that's worried about being typecast, and I think worried about it in the sense that I don't think we should just say, well, only certain actors can do it. Like, well, you're the gay person, like you're the lesbian character person, and then everyone else is just straight. Like, I think it just needs to be like across the board. There just needs to be so many more characters, and so many more actors that yeah. So I think
That's such a good point about being a creator as well.
Yeah.
Like in working on Clairvoyant
yeah.
that I co-created, it was just it was without a doubt I was going to write Claire as a queer character because she's loosely based off me, and I also wanted to show, you know, I also wanted to show an interracial queer relationship. I wanted to show different types of representation, even if it was different body types and ages, so even beyond sexuality. So yeah, that's such a good point that you can also do it that way, or just be a part of something that's doing that, because casting sometimes is a mystery. Like almost adults, Cassie was straight, and you know, but I was happy to be a part of that, and it was just more appropriate casting for me. So I think it's about choosing your projects, even if
exactly.
it's not the right, because
And also, it is so. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, not at all. Oh my gosh, no, we could talk about this all day for sure. I was just gonna say, and you know, because I've been offered roles and things that are queer characters, but I didn't feel like the representation was positive. So as long as the project itself has some form of queer representation, it doesn't really matter if I'm playing the queer character.
Yeah. And it is funny because, like, when I'm saying I'm worried about being typecast, it's because there are so many more queer actors that aren't known that deserve the spotlight too. Like, it's hilarious every time that there's a queer character in a Canadian TV show. Both Natasha and I are like, so you're auditioning for this? And it's just like everyone who has played gay is invited to audition for this. And I'm like, well, that's great. Like, yeah, I understand you want to see people that already have a fan base or have worked.
Sure.
But also, let's open the pool up. Like, let's invite more people into the circle. Like, let's have
Maybe let
more queer
people
actors
play queer characters.
in queer stories.
Yes, especially, I mean, in the Canadian industry as well, it's like, now it's like they almost won't see us for straight roles sometimes. I mean, they do,
Which
but
is so, and
yeah,
that's
it's
the
just
thing
sort
too,
of,
is like, by separating the community so much,
Yes,
that's doing
that's
a
a really good
disservice
point. Yeah, I
to
agree.
both parties.
yeah.
And that's not creating a safe space for allyship and all
Yeah.
of that.
Because I think there are some straight actors who play queer so well as well. Like Winona Earp's an example of that, you know. And I think, you know,
Or Disobedience, I think that was...
it's particularly awesome when you get a queer actor playing a queer character, but also it would be awful if you told a queer person that they could never play straight. You know, we're actors. It's our job to tell different stories.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a really long-winded answer.
But I do think trans actors should play trans people at this particular moment. That's something
I
really-
100% agree
I
with
think
you
the same
there.
applies
Queer,
with
I think-
non-binary.
Yes, I
Yeah.
100% agree with you there. Absolutely.
Have you noticed any changes after winning the Canadian Screen Awards in how opportunities for projects? Like,
I wish I
No.
could say so, but no.
oh, it's bad.
No.
I
Yeah.
thought you would be able to have, like,
It's Canada.
Yeah.
Please don't put that in your interview.
It was the most watched one that they've ever had.
Sure, but so in Canada, no. It's both a positive and a negative. We don't have celebrity. We don't idolize celebrity the same way in Canada as they do in other areas of the world, which is also a very good thing because it makes it about the work and it keeps us grounded, and I think it keeps us very humble, and I think that's something that I take great pride in. That being said, certainly it makes it difficult to advance in your career sometimes. Or to feel appreciated, I think, for the work. But in terms of how it's changed me personally, I now take my position and responsibility as a role model much more seriously. And also, it warmed my heart like nothing else. Like, I have that award on my desk, and I look at it, so whenever I feel down, I think, you know, there are people who look up to you and want you to continue telling stories. And so it's such a wonderful gift and a wonderful reminder of why I do what I do. So, yeah.
You were telling us to
I
wrap
think
up,
you
so.
had to leave.
But did we have anything more?
Yeah.
Yep.
We are losing you.
We don't want yelled at. Yep.
We want to be friends with the press people.
Perfect.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
What? Hey! Oh no, I can't go to YouTube's page yet because I don't have enough subscribers. If you want more queer content, and I think you do, subscribe to my channel. Help me out.